am now pleased to invite Senior Class President Ethan Benenson to the podium to deliver a welcome address.
Good morning and welcome to the graduation ceremony for the Phillips Exeter Academy class of 2026. For all of you Stanford students, I wish upon you ample doses of pain and suffering. Greatness comes from character, and character isn't formed out of smart people. It is formed out of people who suffered. When the CEO of NVIDIA, Jensen Huang, said those words, he was speaking to Stanford Business School students. And I'm sure his remarks caused some discomfort over there. But if Jensen Huang were to give that speech at the far more prestigious and academically rigorous Phillips Exeter Academy, no one would flinch at his non-epiphany. Exeter was established with the purpose of building character and has been practicing that magic formula since 1781. Although for the occasional English narrative we had to elevate our hardships to epic proportions, Exeter itself is entirely beyond hyperbole. Between the endless darkness of winter term and a disciplinary system that made more than a few of us all too familiar with the inner workings of the CCC, Exeter has already provided us with exactly the kind of character-building pain and suffering Jensen Huang thought Stanford students desperately lacked for success in the real world. And on account of our character-building journeys, we have changed an immense amount since we first arrived here, though, to be fair, not nearly as much as Exeter itself has. In our brief time here, we gained the Math Church, Davis Library, and the simple human dignity of a shoe-in-the-door visitations policy. But we also lost the cozy fishbowl of Weth, the ancient halls of the Academy building, and the masquerade known as the Rest is Resistance CVP. And today, 9 of our faculty and our principal are graduating with us. Yet despite all these changes, there is a fundamental spiritual essence about Exeter that remains constant for all of us, no matter if you've been here 4 years or 1, if you're a day student or a boarder, if you dwelled in Dunbar or in Ewald. Our separate individual experiences are bound together by a shared narrative. Every single one of our stories is woven into the timeless, sprawling, epic myth that is Exeter. As I thought about how to capture the sheer magnitude of our Exeter story in a 5-minute speech, I realized that despite how wildly different our personalities are, all of us are remarkably homogeneous in one crucial evolutionary aspect: perseverance. Although the word perseverance can be cliche, perseverance at Exeter is something very specific. It is trudging to class in a blizzard because our principal, himself a hardened Exonian, refuses to compromise our moral characters with 2 consecutive snow days. It is staying up all night for an assignment, then showing up the next day at a game, play, or music rehearsal ready to perform, and doing it again the next week, and the week after that, and the week after that. It is surviving Harkness discussions about 50-page passages when you've only read the first 3 pages, and praying your discussion question isn't answered on page 4. It's getting through a speech or music performance while a bat circles the room determined to upstage you. One day in the future, when we cross paths with a fellow alum, the nod and smile we exchange will carry the ultimate shared knowledge of our survival and the raw resilience that comes with it. We will know that we are both part of the same story, the same legend, and share the same sense of deep gratitude. Gratitude to the founders of this school for imagining a place so profoundly ambitious, to the administration and faculty who sustained it, to our teachers, coaches, advisors, dorm faculty, and everyone who guided and challenged us. Everything we celebrate today rests on their dedication, their infinite patience, and their unshakable belief in us. We also owe a debt of gratitude to the people whose work happens quietly behind the scenes, to our facilities crew, custodians, dining hall staff, campus safety, and everyone who keeps this campus running every single day. And finally, I want to turn to the crowd's most anxious, most taken for granted constituency, our parents. Sitting out there looking at us and as usual wondering, where did the time go? Well, about 4 years ago, you, our parents, came to a radical conclusion that we were ready for what is, for all practical purposes, college, just 4 years early. At the time, that decision required a potent mix of optimism and selective denial. You trusted us to be self-reliant, and when that trust faltered, you panicked and bought us E&R laundry service. But today, you can finally breathe a sigh of relief. Your brave experiment in outsourcing a good portion of our upbringing has worked out remarkably well. To all the parents and guardians here, we thank you for your foresight, your boundless support, your immense sacrifice, and your bold courage to let us grow independently and write our own stories. And who are we, if not for the living limit of our stories? Add Exeter, and suddenly that limit opens into infinity. As we depart from our enchanted Exeter bubble as alumni, I want to make a pledge to you. And if it moves you, then make it yours too. I am who I am, and I am an Exonian. I will never ignore a call from a fellow Exonian. And to every member of my Exeter family, if you reach out, you will always find my hand extended. Thank you, Exeter, for letting us add you to our story. We love you, and glory to the great class of 2026.
Thank you, Ethan, for those wonderful remarks.